Hi guys, my name is Stephanie and you're highly welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this wrap dress, the cutting and the sewing step by step. So keep watching and don't forget to subscribe and like the video as well. So guys, these are the materials that I'll be making use of. I have this 2 yard of fabric and I have 2 yard of organza fabric as well. And other materials that I'll be making use of at the course of this project. So guys, I'm gonna head to fold the fabric into two. I'll be cutting the back before the front. All right, I'll be using the back as a template to cut the front. So from the shoulder line, I'll be marking to her waistline or her half length, which is 16 inches. I added 1 inch for sewing allowance since I'm cutting it directly on the fabric. Okay, so I'm going ahead to draw a straight line. I've gone ahead to draw a straight line on that 17 inches all the way to the other side. And now I've also gone ahead to divide her shoulder by 2. Her shoulder is 15 by 2 is 7.5. I added half an inch for sewing allowance, all right, making it 8 inches. So that's what I've gone ahead to do there. So the next measurement I'll be taking is the neck depth. The neck depth for the back, I'm making use of 1.5 inch. I've gone ahead to mark it, and then the neck width, I'm making use of 4 inches. I marked 4 inches. So guys, after marking it, I'll just go ahead and connect the point from the neck width all the way to the neck depth, just the same way you see like this. So if you notice, there is no zip allowance for the back, okay, because it's going to be a wrap gown. So from the shoulder line, I went down by 1 inch for shoulder slope, just the same way you see like that. I went down by 1 inch for shoulder slope, and then from that point, I'm also going to go down by 7.5 inches for the armhole. So I'm marking the 7 the 8. I actually marked 8 inches because of the sewing allowance. Right, so now I'll just use my ruler and then connect a straight line from that point all the way to the downside. I'll just use the ruler and then slant the shoulder just the same way you see like this all the way to where the shoulder line actually stop. So guys, from that point as well, I'll also be marking a straight line from the 1 inch that I marked down for shoulder slope to the 7.5 inches that I marked down. This chalk is not actually that bright, but if you pay attention, you actually see where I'm making the marked line. So I divided the bust measurement by 4. I marked it, and then I added 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Now I've just gone ahead to just connect the armhole. The back armhole is not going to be that deep. So I'll divide the waist by 4 inches. The waist is 29, divided by 4, and then I'll add 1.5 inch for sewing allowance, and then add extra 1 inch for that because there's going to be that at the back. And then I'll just use my ruler and then connect the lines all the way to the downside, just the same way you see like this. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead and use my scissors to cut out everything following the marked lines, just the same way you see me doing in this video. So I'm done cutting the back, the upper side of the back. Now I'll go ahead and cut the downside of the back, just the same way you see like this. So I've minus the half length, which is 16 at the upper side, and then the full length is 22 inches. There's extra 1 inch for folding and sewing, half an inch each for the down and the upper side. That's what I have there. So now for the upper part, I'm also dividing the waist measurement by 4. I'll go ahead and mark it and then add extra 1.5 inch for sewing allowance and 1 inch for that, because the back is going to have a dart, both the upper piece and the down piece, but the front is not going to have a dart. So from the waistline, I'm going to mark to the hip point of 8 inches. Also go ahead and connect a straight line all the way to this other side. So from the hip line as well, I'll be dividing the hip by 4. I'll go ahead and mark it and then add extra 1.5 inch for sewing allowance as well. After marking down what I have here at the hip line plus the sewing allowance, I'm going to mark it and then I'll take it all the way to the downside, and then I'll be minusing 1.5 inch or 2 inches from it at the downside. That's what I did. I actually minused 1.5 inch from this one, and then I'll just go ahead and connect all the points together and I'll go ahead and cut it out. Now I'm using my straight ruler to actually do that, to connect it all the way to the downside, and then I'll go ahead and cut it all the way to the downside as well. So guys, I'll be using the upper part of the back to place as a template to cut the front. So I left excess allowances from this side. That's the waist divided by 4, her waist divided by 4. all right, 7.25, that's what I had there. And then the neck width is going to be the same, but the depth for the front is going to be different. So I'm going down by about 8 inches for the depth of the front. I'll go ahead and mark it. That's where the wrap is actually going to be and going out from that point. So the down part is going to be the same thing. I'll just mark a straight line from there. So from that straight line, I'm going up by I actually went up by 1.5 inch, but that was not actually necessary. Later on I had to still trim excess because I had a cape, all right, that a 1.5 inches cape that I fixed on the dress. That's the reason why the neck the width is that wide by 4 inches. So I'm just using this curved rule to actually connect it and then slant it at the downside, and then I'll just go ahead and cut out everything. From the shoulder is going to be the same, and then the armhole of the front is going to be deeper than the back, all right. So I'm just trying to mark it and to mark the midpoint of the armhole for the front so that I'll be able to go in by 1/2 inch from the midpoint, all right. So that's what I'm trying to do. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut out everything. So from the center of the front is I have extra inches of 7.25. that's the waist divided by 4, all right. But I later on minus 1.5 inch from it because there's going to be a cape that I'm going to add to the wrap gown, just the same way you see from the beginning of the video. So for the waistline, there's no dart for the front. That's why I also cut out the 1 inch, all right, the 1 inch that I actually cut out from this side. And then from this center, I'm going ahead to just continue cutting it out. I don't know why the chalk I was making use of was not that bright, so everything was not really showing in the video. So guys, for the down part, which is the skirt part, I've also gone ahead to place the back side on the front piece as a template, all right. So this side as well, I'm going to be extending it from this side by her waist divided by 4, 7.25. I extended it from there. So from there, I'm going to be slanting it all the way to the downside. It's going to be slanted all the way to the downside. So for the downside, because there is going to be like an opening for the wrap, I'm going to be moving in from the back. From here, the back actually stop. It's actually unfold from here it stop. I'm going in by 3 inches from there because I need it to be open, all right. So I need it to be open, and then I'm going in by 3 inches, and then I'll be connecting from the upper side all the way to the 3 inches that I marked for the inside. I actually removed the back one to actually trace it all the way to the 3 inches. I'm sorry it was not really showing in this video, and I did not notice it until when I was editing it. So that was basically what I did at the downside. So for the upper part, I'm going to just place the ruler, a straight ruler like this, and then I'll connect it all the way to the 3 inches that I went in from the original measurement of the back. I went in by 3 inches again so that it will actually be open. But for the upper part, there is going to be a cape that will be added to it, and there is no need of cutting it exactly at the waist divided by 4. You can actually minus again 1.5 inches from it because the cape is going to be 1.5 inches, and I later on still minused it from it. So the side is going to be the same except for the dart. I also removed 1 inch for the dart because the front is not going to be having any darts, and then the hip the same, and then the downside is going to be the same as well. So guys, after doing that, for the sleeve, I'm also gonna head to cut and draft a basic sleeve. All right, so the full length of this sleeve is going to be 12 inches. I'm going to be completing it with an organza at the downside. Okay, so it's 12 inches from here, and I'll be completing it at the downside with the organza to make up the full sleeve length, which is 20 inches. All right, so now I'll just go ahead and cut it, and then cut the downside as well. And after cutting one of the sleeve, I used this one as a template to cut the second piece as well. So this is what I have. And then this cape that I'm actually going to be sewing around is about 4 inches, so on fold is 2 inches. So I'll be using 1/2 inch to sew on the dress, so I'll have something like 1.5 inch when I'm done. And I'll also be ironing canvas gum on it as well to make it firm. So like I told you guys before, if I was actually sewing this without attaching the without attaching the this thing, the rope, it will be okay. But because I'm going to be adding that cape, so I need to minus inches from it at the downside as well. So I've gone ahead to do that like I explained. All right, so this is it. I've gone ahead to even sew the canvas gum on it to make it firm. So if I actually sew it like that, you see it's going to be even wider than how the rope is going to be connecting. So I'm going to be minusing it and then cutting the excess at the downside as well. So when I actually place the cape, I'll just sew it and then I will be inserting a rope that will go around the waist. So now for the back piece, marked from the midpoint, I marked 4 inches. That's an input in the measurement, and I marked and went up by 7 inches for the back. I did the same thing to this side, so I'll be sewing the darts on both sides. And for this front, after sewing it, I'll be placing the right sides facing each other, and I will sew half an inch at the shoulder sides, half an inch at the shoulder side as well. Right, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll go ahead and use this rope, this cape that I actually cut, to place on the right side of the fabric, and then I'll go ahead and sew it around and then just neatly iron everything to stay in place. So guys, I'm actually done sewing the cape on it, and I also wanted to sew the darts for both the downside of the back piece and then the upper side, and I also wanted to sew it to join it together as well. I joined the shoulder line like I said, and then the front piece I'm going to be placing it like this. Is going to actually be wrapping. I also wanted to sew the cape on it, and then just the same way you see like this. So this is how it's going to look like. Okay, this is how it's going to look like. One side is going down and one side is going to the other side. So guys, now I'll be working on this front piece, the downside of the front piece now. So I've also gone ahead to fold the fabric that is about 2 inches wide, so by the time I sew it, it's going to be less than the 2 inches. That's on fold. All right, on fold is 2 inches. It's actually 4 inches if I open it up. So as you can see, even the downside, I'm going to be adding this piece, this cape that will actually be completing it. So I'll also be minusing back out the 1.5 inch from it as well. I'll also be minusing it. I'll use my ruler, connect it down, and also cut it out. Okay, so that I will replace back with this piece, this cape that I will actually be sewing on it. All right, so I'll place it the right side facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and sew it on my machine. I'll do the same thing to the other side as well. So I'm actually done doing that, and this is what it looks like. The both of them look like. So at this point, if you have a serger or a weaving machine, it's better you go ahead and just weave it so that it will actually give it a neat finishing. Even this one as well, just go ahead and weave it. But I actually did mine after I finished joining everything. So I'm going to be placing the right side of the downside of the front to the upper side of the front, just the same way you see like this. I'll go ahead and place the right sides facing each other, and I'll take it to my sewing machine and go ahead and sew it all the way down with about 1/2 inch. I'm going to be repeating the same process with this side as well. I'll be placing the right sides facing each other, and then I will just neatly arrange it and then take it to my sewing machine and also sew it down as well. So guys, I'm actually done doing that, and this is what it looks like. I'm done joining the both of them. So now I'm done doing the same thing to this other side as well. So like I said, if you have a weaving machine, just go ahead and weave it first before you join everything out. Like I actually finished joining before I weaved it. All right, but it's much more easier when you weave first. So now I have these ropes that I'll be going around the waistline. It's about 1.5 inch wide, but it was 2 inches. I used 1/2 inch to sew it, so I will be attaching it on the gown. So I'll be placing it from that side in the middle of the waistline like that. I'll just place it like that, and then I'll go ahead and sew it from there, flip it over, and then I'll be sewing the sides, both of the sides, the upper side and the downside, so that it will hold firmly on the gown. Right, that's what I'm going to do, and it will not be rough. I will do the same thing at this other side as well. I'll be placing it and then sew it, flip it, and then sew the sides. So after doing that, I'm going to be folding and placing the right sides facing each other, and I'm going to be sewing it with the 1.5 inch allowance that I actually kept for it. I'll be sewing this side, and then I'll also fold this side as well, place the right sides facing each other, and I'll also go ahead and sew it on my sewing machine. So guys, I'm actually done doing that. I'm done sewing the ropes on the gown, and this is what it looks like. And I'm also done the one for this side as well, and also the sides of the gown. Also went there to sew the sides of the gown as well. And then the side that the rope is actually going to be passing from the inside, I opened 1.5 inch of allowance so that the rope will actually be able to pass through to the back. All right, and I actually noticed so that the thread will actually not be opening. And then I'm going to be folding the downside of the gown. I'll double fold it at the downside just the same way I'm showing. So that's actually what it looks like. I'm done sewing this downside as well. All right, I'm done sewing the downside as well, and I'm done opening up the side where the rope is going to pass through. So now I'll be working on the sleeve now. So the length that I have for the sleeve here is 12 inches, so it's actually going to be 11 inches. It's going to be completed with the organza at the downside. So the 1 inch is for sewing allowance, and then for both the upper side and the downside. So now I'll just start my measurements and then sew the sides. I will sew this other side as well, and I will go ahead and place it on the main gown, place the right sides, and then sew it around the armhole. Now I also do the same thing to this side as well. So now the organza I'm making use of, like I said from the beginning, is 2 yards. Okay, so now I'm going to be folding this one into 2. So I have the measurement that is going to be completing the length of the sleeve is 9 inches, but I made it 10 inches for sewing allowance at the upper side, and I'm going to be making gathers at the upper side. All right, so I'll be cutting this side and then this side as well. Also fold it into 2, and then I'll mark the 10 inches all the way to the downside. So guys, I'm actually done cutting it. It's 20 inches without folding it, but if I fold it, it's going to be 10 inches. All right, I've gone ahead to cut this second one as well. Okay, and then I had the one that was remaining, so I went there to divide it into 2. I'll be joining one for this side and then one for the other side, so that the sleeve will actually be more fuller. I'll join it and then fold it before making the loose stitch to actually form the gathers at the upper side. So that's what I'm going to do right now for the both sleeves. So guys, I'm done doing that. I'm done joining, and then I'm done making the gathers, the loose stitch at the upper side to form the gathers. Right, so I close back up the side so that it will not be rough as well. So this is what I have. This is one of it, and then I have the other one as well. So I'm just measuring it to show you guys. I have 36 inches here, which is 1 yard. Then also went ahead to mark the second one, which is 36 inches as well, 2 yards. And then I also measured again, and then I have 36. I have 3 yards for the other one, and then I have 3 yards for the other sleeve altogether. So now I'll go ahead and make the gathers. I'll make the gathers, and then I'll go ahead and fix it on the dress. That's what I'm going to do. I'll fix it around the sleeve. I've also gone ahead to join the sleeve just the same way you see like this. I'll fix the other side and then also fix for the other side, this other side as well. So I'll be showing you guys the end result of the gown. So after doing that, I'll open up the seams and neatly iron out everything, and then I'll take it for weaving to actually weave the dress. So this is the final look of the dress, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are still here, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and also share it to anyone you know it to be of help to. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.